John, there were a couple of times in the early going where Darius dove on the floor, got loose balls. You guys scored.
I love it. That's as good as he's played in a long time. And the main thing was he got aggressive. Now, a little bit, I left him on the court because he was playing so well and aggressive that he got a little tired, I think, at the end, and he got beat on some dribbles and some of that stuff. But the reality of it is, if he'll go rebound and battle like that, you're going to see his game blossom. That's what we're all looking for.
Cal, you went with the smaller lineup to start the second half. What did you think about the way those guys played?
Not bad. I didn't think Terrence had the energy of the other guys, but you know what you end up doing is you switch everything. You can switch pick and rolls. You're a different kind of team, and it kind of stymied them a little bit.
John, 21 assists. Can you talk about the way they shared the ball tonight?
Well, again, Brandon had 8 and 2. The 2 turnovers, I called one timeout because the one was so ridiculous. And then I just said, you're forcing, you don't need to. You're going to get plays just playing basketball. But the other guys, DeAndre, and I got on DeAndre a little bit because I'm like saying, come on, man, shoot the ball. Take shots. I want you to score too. We become pretty good when you have 5 guys coming at you that all can make baskets. And so, we are passing. But I mentioned this the other day. When you're playing the dribble drive and you're really playing it, you're not going to have as many assists. And here's why. I'm going to drive in the lane and throw you the ball, and you're driving for a layup. The minute I bounce it twice, there is no assist, even though I created that shot for you. Do you know what I'm saying? So 12 assists in the dribble drive is like 20, 21 in a regular pass and screen and move, and you know what I mean? You don't have as many. Now, the reason we had 21 tonight, they didn't play much man. And when they went man, we didn't get assists. We drove it, and we got layups, but we did not get assists. They played zone, which made us pass the ball and, get guys shots. So,
Coach, we saw you play a little zone defense tonight. How'd that work for you?
not bad. We had a couple breakdowns, but not bad. And we were going to stick with it. And now, what it does to the game, did you see what it did to the game? What did it do to the game? Slowed it down. I don't like coaching that way. That's what it did. I mean, they had to pass. Well, they almost had shot clock violations. I don't want it. I want them to shoot it in 15 seconds so we can come down and play. I mean, I don't know if there were people here that said, boy, this is fun to watch them pass that ball 22 times. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't one of them. And what I told my staff, I said, now you see why I don't like playing zone. But, we have games coming up. Friday, maybe we want the game to be slower. Do what Drexel did. So maybe we play zone. But we'll see.
John, Van talked about your guys' patience against his zone, not taking early shots. What did you think?
Well, what I was happy about is we were 3 for 14 from the three-point line in the first half, and we still were scoring the ball. You're not going to, here, how about this one? Duran Lamb couldn't make a 3 in the first half, but had 5 rebounds. So you can leave him in the game. He defended and he rebounded. Now you don't have to worry about making shots. Said it at halftime. He comes out the second half, he makes shots. That's how it is. If you defend and rebound. If you cannot come up with balls, I can't put you in the game. You just can't be in there. You got to come up with balls. And I don't care what your excuse is. Have me in a chokehold. I don't care. Grab the ball. And he did. So he played well again. I thought DeAndre played well. Darius hustled. Josh did some good things. We got to play. I'm looking for more. I'm looking for more. I said this, individual players, from year to year and from the beginning of this year till now, they've all gotten better. Every one of them has gotten better. The question is, as a team, are we continuing to get where we need to go? Because we're not where we need to go right now. We're just not. I mean, we have too many breakdowns. So.
Cal, what did you see from guys like John and Eloy in terms of their play? And are you getting more confident that your rotation can grow beyond 7 if you have
6? I mean, they got to do more. I mean, you watched it. Stacy, John, and Eloy, they gotta perform. And it's hard. But here's what I would say, Duran's coming off the bench and playing his butt off coming off the bench. So there's, but John did okay, but he missed shots, and, got beat on, Stacy defensively. What I said to those three after the game, you get every minute and you get with the coach and watch the tape and you tell me how you think you played. You come back at me. So that's what they have to do. This team, I've played teams with 6 guys before. That's what I'll do. You put them in. If they play well, you leave them in. If they're not playing well, or they're tentative, or they're not talking and whatever, or they can't come up with balls, or the guy they're guarding is scoring baskets, you play with 6.
John, you said that the smaller lineup gives you a different type of team. In what ways? What can you do with that group?
Well, I kind of like how we would be defensively in pick and rolls. I kind of like if they try to play zone now, we have 2 inside active scorers. It makes it a little bit different and harder to guard. But we got to play harder. We got to give more energy. You got to play with some emotion and passion. And it can't be 3 guys doing it, or 4, and then 1 not. Because the one that's not, that's the guy that's getting scored on. And it takes the wind out of our sails. We can press more. We can be more active. But it gives us a look. We did a different press today. I wanted to give that a look. We'd worked on it. I wanted to give the zone a look, and so I get to watch some tape and see what I like. We did a little box and 1. You probably didn't even notice it, just to try it in case we're playing somebody and they get it going and we want to go box and 1. So there were some different things we were trying.
John, what would be obvious to us once you guys get from where you are now to where you want to be, the difference that we'll see?
You'll see a team that bounces on defense the entire time, that's talking and yelling to each other. They gang rebounds with 2 hands and comes up with those 50-50 rebounds and balls. Shot goes up, they put a body on somebody. And then offensively, you see a sequence, which is people are flying down that floor, and if they don't have it, that ball swings and we're trying to get in gaps. And if it breaks down, Brandon gets that ball back, and we run something to get the ball where we're trying to get it. And we do it for 40 minutes. That's what you see. That's my vision of where we're trying to go. That turns it over anywhere from 10 to 13 times. That's okay. That means you're being aggressive. Today we had 12 turnovers, but we had probably 3 of them that were, like, why'd you do that? Terrence ball faked the guy. The guy's there. He didn't need the ball fake. Just come to a jump stop and throw it. The 2 that Brandon had. So off the top of my head, I saw 3 that were not necessary at all. And then the other thing is we only create 9 turnovers. That team is turning it over like 17 times. We're not turning anybody over either now.
John, you mentioned playing with emotion and passion. When you look at how the Kentucky Louisville game last year, what's the right balance of emotion and passion when those 2 teams play?
Just don't want it to get dirty. It doesn't need to get dirty. It doesn't need to be amped up any more than it's 2 good teams playing each other. We're going into a ranked arena. They're ranked. I mean, that's a ranked team. And it's hard to win on the road versus a ranked team, or they wouldn't be ranked. So we understand it's going to be a hard game for us. We know. Now, we haven't talked about them. We haven't watched tape. We haven't prepared. We haven't practiced. We haven't done anything. Because every game we play, we're someone's Super Bowl. We have to prepare each game as they go. I also don't want them to think one game's more important than any other. They're not. They're all important. Every game's important. So we'll start tomorrow with preparation. I'll watch this tape tonight, and then I'll probably watch a tape or 2 tonight, or at least 1, and then a couple tomorrow before we practice and have an idea of what we're going to try to do. But it'll be just like the preparation we always have. No different.
Last question.
Coach, is this the ideal line for Darius to have a little bit of everything, or is there something you want, anything different from him? Or
I would tell you, I think he should be scoring more, and there should be attacking the basket more. But the reality of it is, those kind of numbers in 27 minutes, that's pretty good numbers. You know, I mean, I'd like to have a few more points, a few more rebounds, but then again, you know, I'd like to have everything. But, you know, what you had is a player that showed some aggressive, he wasn't passive at all. That's all we want to see. I mean, you're missing some shots and free, that's okay, just be aggressive, man. Be tough. Come up with balls. Don't let him jerk them out of your hands, you jerk them out of their hands. And if he's in that frame of mind, you're going to see a different player. And so, you know, and I think Brandon Knight again, running our team, he had 2 or 3 other assists that were like kind of bobbled, or the guy missed a dunk, or, you know, and the 2 turnovers were, he could have had 10 assists, no turnovers today. That's what he probably should have had. So he's playing better, he's running our team better. And I like the balance of our shooting. You know, he had a lot of guys getting a lot of shots, and no one was in there trying to get numbers. They were just playing basketball. That's what we want. Look, for this date, this team being this inexperienced and young, we're doing all right. We got a tough challenge. You know, are we up for it? I don't know. We're going to find out, though, because it'll be a war. And it's on the road, and it's a ranked opponent. You know, and so it's the next challenge for us to find out what we're made of and what we are, and really learn from the game. You know, we have to learn. We just played one of the top 10 non-conference schedules before this game coming up with Louisville on the road, which probably puts it in the top 10, non-conference. So we're learning about our team. We are.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.